Woman suddenly discovered something terrifying. Her neighbor across the way had been brutally murdered by rioters. Annie instantly felt a chill down her spine. Her mind went blank and she didn't know what to do. Suddenly a woman's scream came from the next room. It was clear her home was about to be the next target. Looking at her daughter cowering in the corner, Annie felt utterly desperate. As the doorknob rattled violently, Annie dared not make a sound. She pressed her body against the door with all her strength to keep it from being forced open. When the rioters failed to break in, they left. Annie quickly pushed the sofa against the door to prevent them from returning. Soon after, her husband Jack returned carrying their older daughter Lucy. Together the family decided to run to the rooftop to find an escape. But Bella, their younger daughter, dropped her toy by accident. She screamed desperately to get it back. Her cries attracted the attention of the rioters. Bullets came flying toward them. Fortunately, none of them were hit. The family rushed through the fire escape and finally reached the rooftop. But the rooftop door was locked. Jack shouted that he was an American. Only then did the people outside open the door. Seeing so many survivors gathered there, the family felt a slight sense of relief. But soon Jack saw that below them rioters had surrounded the building, shouting to kill all Americans. Suddenly a helicopter appeared. The survivors thought it was government rescue. They all raised their hands in cheer. But on closer look, it was a rioter's aircraft. The rooftop instantly turned into hell. Countless people fell to the ground riddled with bullets. Jack hurriedly led his family to a hidden spot, but the rioters surrounded the building and kept firing. Just as they were about to be discovered, the helicopter got caught in high voltage wires. It lost power and crashed in a massive explosion. Hiding behind a pillar, Jack's family narrowly survived. But another wave of rioters stormed up the fire escape. With no way out, Jack came up with a bold idea. He told his wife to jump to the next building's rooftop. Annie was terrified at the distance and height, but for the sake of their daughters she took the leap. She injured her knee, but she made it across. Jack then threw Bella over. Annie used her body to cushion her fall and caught her safely. Then Jack lifted Lucy, but as he threw her, she clung tightly to his neck. The two nearly fell to their deaths, dangling in midair. Annie was overwhelmed with fear. Thankfully someone nearby helped pull them back to safety, but the rioters were closing in fast. Jack quickly tore off his belt, tied his daughter's hands so she wouldn't cling to him. Then with all his strength, he threw Lucy across. Annie managed to catch her. Next Jack sprinted forward and finally leapt to the other side himself, but their kind-hearted helper was killed by the rioters. The rioters soon spotted Jack's family. Their target was Jack the man on their posters. Jack climbed down a pillar to reach the stairwell. After confirming it was clear, he guided his wife and daughters down. The family hid on a balcony, praying they could escape the slaughter.